very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is met in his... behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Cook again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now an option play on 2nd down. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get, so he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. Harris running straight ahead. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. Touchdown! Pat Freiermuth. A 4-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Vikings, nothing. Chris
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Take over first down and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Vikings! And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Now as they kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Bulldozes past him. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yo, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this goal. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He'll let it fly for Austin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Steelers will take over here just shy of the 30. So the holding call on the offense. So they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. A give left side to Cook. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now back to throw. Excellent work that time to get free, and for his exploits, he's going to be left with just a 3rd and 3.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. If you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's to Cook out of the backfield. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here as we mentioned in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Back to throw here. He'll dump this off to Cook. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Another completion there. And what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in his first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how...
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This two shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of first. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Presley Harvin now. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it will be Vikings ball 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon. And the Steelers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Opening week, certainly he didn't want to throw an interception, but the rookie got it out of the way. That's the first of his career.
Veterans throw interceptions week 1, week 2, week 3. It happens along the way. But you're right. He got out of the way. It's over. The big thing for him is, can he answer this question when he gets to the sideline? What did you see? Why did you make that throw? They'll work with it from there.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
Back to throw. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
First down, Steelers.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll look to throw here. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Maurice Hurst breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get...
He's got a man complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 45 yards.
But he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
Shy of the goal line. A 9-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he was unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the 2nd quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Boswell's kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll throw now on the final play. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end, Freiermuth.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. Finding room at midfield. Down the right sideline. Inside the 10.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Cine.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. Remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Cook up the gut. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Again, it's Cook. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field. And that brings up 4th. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that. Only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Za'Darius Smith charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They hand this off to Harris, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Vikings 32.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to get this down near the 25. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
George Pickens.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Steelers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run for it. But he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
They run again on 1st down. Cook.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll set up to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Again, it's Cook, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and it will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
A touchdown the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
An option handoff given to Harris.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Defensively, Harris and Phillips there to stop it.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw.
That's going to be caught. It's Austin.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
Fires the out route and completes it to Harris. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
And some room to roam now.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
He's back to throw.
That's caught. He gets it out to Austin. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Back to throw.
Austin is there and brings in another one.
The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like that there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. Defensively now, one more play to stop. What are they looking for?
You want to take away their number 1 running option that you scouted and take away their number 1 receiver and see if someone else can beat you.
They're going for it. This is Harris. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Able to find Thielen. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Steelers, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the 1-point victory here in the opener. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.